This week, IronMiners explores the historic Cranberry Mine in Harriman State Park, New York. Your guide on the adventure is noted mine historian Mike Hetman.
Very little is known about the Cranberry Mine. Its story lost to history. To get to the mine, they followed an old wagon road.
The mine most likely operated from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Relatively little is known about the history of the Cranberry Mine. Despite this, it was evidently once an ambitious operation.
This is what they were mining here at Cranberry Mine. Largely magnetite. There was probably some oxidized magnetite, which would be in the form of hematite. Well, here you can actually make out where the magnetite meets up with the surrounding country rock, the worthless waste rock. The miners can't see through the mountain, so they drive tunnels in order to access the vein. First, the miners drove an exploratory adit about 20 feet in length, but it seems they didn't find any ore. A secondary, much larger adit was driven into the hillside, accessing the ore and following it for a distance of a few hundred feet. In addition to the two adits, they also sunk a shaft down into the vein. At the southwestern end of the property, the vein outcrops back to the surface.
Narrow gauge rails are seen along the floor of the adit. As the workings are mostly above the adit level, gravity was employed rather than hoisting. The ore would drop into ore cars that would then be transported by rail out of the mine. Without a doubt, the workings suggest the Cranberry Mine was a promising venture. A step excavation is left towards the top of the stope where mining along the strike ceased. It is not known who operated the mine, how much ore was produced, or where the ore was shipped.
Despite the size of this operation, there is so many unknowns. I mean, they came here, they excavated tens of thousands of tons of iron ore, and there's nothing in the record, nothing in the history books. So it's an utter mystery.
Today, the mine serves as a bat hibernaculum and is no longer accessible.